Howdy y'all, welcome to Nerd Studio. Well, wanted to get back to actually talking about guns. Had a lot of fun doing the last couple of videos. Before I started to make this video, I had to clean some cheese whiz and debris and stuff off all the gear before I could start filming. But anyway, hope you enjoyed those videos. But let's talk a little bit again about the FNS 9. So I've got about 1,000 rounds through it, and let me just bottom line it. As a defensive gun, which is what this is, it's what it's designed for, I honestly think it's outstanding. I've got some video of me shooting it actually at defensive range now that I've had some time to practice with it. The gun's broke in, and so let's go ahead and watch that. So as you can see, I've certainly been able to increase my speed. I'm at 21 feet here, which is, you know, the experts say, is typical standoff distance. You know, if you have a look at the snowman video, in fact, I'll link that here. I'm actually 45 feet, and I'm, you know, I kind of chopped the snowman in half, and those were aim shots. So. I'm accurate with this gun. I think the gun itself is accurate, but you know, it's always hard. I always hear people say that, oh, this is a really accurate gun. Well, it really depends on the shooter. I think if I sat at a bench and locked this thing into a vise, I would bet we find it's as accurate, if not more accurate, than most handguns out there. It's just really well made. FN makes a great product. All that being said, I shoot it fairly accurately, accurately enough, and at 21 feet, I can obviously take 17 rounds at a fairly good clip and put it on target, and that's what you want out of a defensive carry gun. At least that's what I want. You may want, I don't know, to make sandwiches or something too, but it probably doesn't do that. But there you go. You know, I'm not gonna talk too much about the actual mechanics of the gun. I think I've done that to death. Kind of in the space of final observation, one thing I have noticed, I don't know if you can really see it here, I guess you can, but this gun has an option to come with a manual safety, and I've noticed over time, it was probably there to begin with, but I just happened to notice it, that the frame is actually roughed up where that manual safety goes. Other than that, that is the only kind of manufacturing flaw about the gun, was they left that spot on the frame, which I'm not quite following. The trigger is breaking in some. It's still a little gritty, but at this point I don't even notice it. It's, you know, it feels good, it's crisp, and it has that really nice positive reset, and I'm really sort of digging the way it runs. It fits for me. It fits well in my hand. It draws easily for me. It carries well. It conceals well for a full-size gun. It wears well. I mean, I've, you know, had it in my holster and packing it around, and you know, it doesn't seem to mar and pick up scrapes and stuff the way some of my other guns do. I've got a Ruger that within a week I was starting to see kind of wear marks and stuff just from typical banging it around on my hip. This gun doesn't seem to pick that stuff up quite as easily. Ammunition, so I've fired all kinds of ammunition in it, from you know, concealed carry stuff, so hollow points. I've shot 124 grain, 115 grain. I don't shoot any higher than 124 grain and 9mm. I think what next up is like 147. I haven't shot any 147 in it. If I get around to that, I might make an addendum video, just a quick mention to talk about how it shoots that. But you know, at this point, I've shot so many different brands, and from expensive target ammo or expensive defensive ammo to, you know, varied degrees of target ammo, and it eats it all. And that wasn't a surprise. I have the FNX 9, and it's the same way, just all day long, pretty much whatever you put through it. Short of some early ammunition that I tried through it that I was having problems in all the guns, everything else is just swallowed. It even, you know, it'll rip through steel case ammo from Wolf, and not see a problem. So one of the viewers did mention, let me see if I can pull this apart real quick, that I forgot to talk about was the rails in this gun. So the rails are actually replaceable. I've not done it, but you can pop this pin out here and the rails come out, which allows you, since the serial number is embedded here on the gun, it means if these rails wear, you can pop that out without replacing the frame. So it's going to add longevity to this gun without a doubt. Those rails will wear. I've never had one. I've never actually had a gun myself shot it enough to where the rails wore, but I've seen videos on it. It does happen. I mean, that's a fact. And this gun actually is set up. You can replace those rails without worrying about altering the serialized portion. And that should increase the life of the gun. So another great feature of this, again, it did come with 3 magazines, which is, you know, most guns I buy come with 1. If it come with 2, I consider myself lucky, but both the FN pistols came with 3 magazines. I think that's their standard, so very cool. Slap this back together. Looking at wear and tear on the internals of the gun after 1,000 rounds, it's flawless. The barrel looks great. Again, it's, you know, what I expect. So there you go, folks. That's the FNS 9. This is going to become my primary full-size gun. It's the one I'm going to carry when I want a full size on my hip. It's my home defensive weapon. It's my range gun. It'll be the gun I use from here on out to do some ammunition testing, which I'm going to do a redneck version of ammunition testing because I'm not spending $200 on gel blocks. So watch for the next video on that. But this will be the gun I do all that out of, so that I have a consistent platform each time. Not that I'm going to do a whole bunch of ammo testing, but it'll be a little bit fun. Tune in and watch. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this series of videos. If you happen to stumble across this one first, there's 2 others on this gun. I'll also be doing a final thoughts on the MMP9C probably in the next video or 2. And so hope you enjoy that. And as always, you know, click subscribe. That helps me out. And you know, and I guess I don't say this enough. Comment in the comment section if you've got thoughts or ideas about what's interesting, what isn't. What's the stuff that I'm talking about? You're just kind of going, yeah, talk more about this because that's really what I want to hear. You know, I really want that feedback, because right now I'm just sort of yammering on in a vacuum because it seems to be what I think is cool. But you know, if that's fine, great. But if you have suggestions, you know, send the comments. Also, I've been posting quite a bit on Facebook, so come join me there on the Facebook page. I've tried to do the Google Plus thing, and it just doesn't stick. It's so right now I've got presence on Facebook, and I've spent a little bit of time up there. So come join, hang out, and great place to get more feedback. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.